Let's get more now from Robert Alls. He's an author and director of think tank The Bruges Group, joining us from London. Robert, great to have you on the program. Thanks a lot for your time. Now, as we heard from our reporter Melinda there, one of the agreements we're hearing coming out of the summit is global support for a minimum tax coming into effect in 2023. Do you think this is a good idea for the British people?
Well, Britain needs to have a competitive tax regime. We need to have a business-friendly environment. To have one-size-fits-all tax policy would be actually damaging for the UK. It would mean that Britain would lose its special advantages. And that's what we should have. We should have countries competing to attract investment, to attract businesses. It's worked very well for nations such as the Republic of Ireland, where they've had a low corporation tax, and it's protected and revived their economy after all the austerity measures that they had to take after the financial crisis. So Britain, it might not work so well for the UK, but of course there is still a need to stop companies, or corporations rather, offshoring their tax, having bogus schemes where they pretend that they have various costs, such as buying the rights to brand themselves as such from a sister company, and then pretending they don't have any profits as a way of avoiding corporation tax. This often happens with unfair tax competition coming from countries like Luxembourg. So there is a need, but of course it shouldn't be setting a level which is a high corporation tax, because that will be damaging for the economy. If we want to keep the country moving again, in fact the world economy moving, we need actually lower business taxation, but fair business taxation. So there is a need, but we must keep taxes low. Otherwise, the economic problems that the world is facing, a stagflation problem, lack of demand through lack of supply, high inflation, that can only really be relieved by having a competitive tax regime. That's the only way to get the country moving again. More taxes and more spending won't help.
Robert, and it's difficult to talk about Britain at the moment and the G20 without, of course, talking about the ongoing fishing license situation between the UK and France. Was this type of situation, do you think, an inevitability of Brexit?
Well, it's more an inevitability of President Macron being very worried about his re-election. In 2022, next year, President Macron is up for election. He is behind at the moment, or doesn't have enough support to be certain of getting re-elected. The easy thing for him to do is pick a fight with Britain. This has happened before. France has done this before over animal exports and the safety of British beef, for instance, which has proven to be safe, yet was still blocked by the French, and actually got in trouble with the European Court of Justice over that. So this is something which happens from time to time. Hostilities between Britain and France are not something that is unknown. It happens, and this is really political. Britain is following the fishing rules as per the Brexit agreement. French fishermen must indeed prove that they are licensed. They have been fishing in the UK waters already. Otherwise, they don't have the right to continue fishing in UK waters. All they have to do is complete the proper paperwork. But President Macron is stirring this up to try and create some popular sentiment at home. However, he might actually fail to realise that many French people actually back Britain's Brexit. So being anti-British doesn't actually necessarily work with the French population. It might work with his elite backers, but it's not actually something which might translate into the polls. France has bigger problems at the moment rather than just fishing licenses with the UK.
And it'll be interesting to see if the French and the British leaders actually meet on the sidelines to discuss this. Robert Alls, thank you so much.